fictional, but still you can people put him up there with Washington and Lincoln and all of that. You get to play him. You get to become him. And every night you walk out there and we pin the ears back of basically white America. White liberal America comes in and they go, we had no idea it was that tough. And it's a slap in the face. It's a wake-up call. It's also a decision. Atticus has to go through a change different than the book. We made him more the protagonist who has a change. And his change is, it's to David's point earlier, or to Mayor Pete's point earlier. The people on the other side, they don't have bad intentions, not all of them. Atticus believes that there's goodness in everyone. You just have to care enough to look for it. And that's being challenged now.
That's being challenged, and I get to come back and talk to you after, and I confess that it was me sobbing in the fourth row.
There was some weeping, yeah.
When Atticus is at the jail and protecting, the KKK comes. They come for him. And it's Scout that recognizes one of her hooded neighbors and says, Mr. Cunningham. And I started sobbing. I mean, our children are watching this moment. Atticus's children are played by extraordinary actors in the play. And it is this reminder that in this moment in our politics, our children are watching.
Children are watching, and I live in Michigan. And after the election, I was surprised at some of the people. You know, I said, can you believe this election? And they go, yeah, isn't it great? And you're going, whoa, my wife's on Facebook, and these go, oh, we got another Trumper, you know, and it's just, you didn't see it coming. Atticus goes through this. I know these people. They're good people. And there are reasons why, and he's an apologist. He's an enabler. And I think there are people in the Midwest, between the coasts, who don't know anything about, who don't care about this, who don't have time for this, who have to make a decision now. You have to decide whether, like Atticus, you believe that there is still compassion, decency, civility, respect for others. Do unto others. Remember that? Do unto others. All that stuff you guys believe in, and you still voted not for Hillary or for Trump. Where are you now? Because because your kids are looking up at you going, but he lies. And I think there are a lot of people in the Midwest who are going, it might be enough for them. We're going to find out if the big gamble is to go all the way to November 2020, which I agree, and lose. It's the end of democracy.
One of the people who came to see To Kill a Mockingbird, I think in January, is former FBI Director Jim Comey, who was sort of the tip of the spear in this fight between the president and his own Justice Department FBI. I texted him today. I know that he came to see the play and asked him what it means in this moment, and he wrote this. Do we have that to put up? I'll read it off my phone here. First, he said the whole family went in early January. We were so excited to see it that Patrice, that's his wife, fell on the sidewalk, broke her clavicle, and refused to go to the hospital. She held her arm in place during the show. It's the perfect play for our time. It reminds us that people can be deeply biased and flawed, but the truth is a real thing, and our heroes in the long run are always those who stood up for it. The 1,000 little cowards melt away. There will be no plays about the virtue of this Republican Party and its passion for truth. I mean, he's seeing the same parallel. I think anyone who's been in the arena, in the political arena at another moment, can't escape the parallels between all the cowardice of the mob, which is very much a theme.
Yeah, and Sorkin writes to that. I think it's Sorkin who put it in, where Atticus talks about, a mob acts on emotion, absent facts, absent respect for, absent contemplation, and mostly absent responsibility. What they get is anonymity. A conscience can be exhausting. It'll keep you up at night. A mob's a place where people go to take a break from their conscience. And you lay that line out every night, and you can hear them go, oh.
No, you know what they go,
yeah.
Yeah. And I was sitting there.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
That's what I see when I look at Trump's rallies. That's when I see the lies spewing at these people, and people going, I got to believe in something, and he said he'd bring my manufacturing job back, and she didn't, and I'm all in. But at the end of the day, aside from, I don't want to pay taxes, it's race. It's race. This is about the Republican Party, or a wing of it, going, this is our last chance to save the party. And if we don't, it's the end of the Republican Party. And the only way they can do that was to tap the race button and say, go ahead, it's okay. And he did, and they did. And that was the only card they had left to play, and they played it. And they aren't going to go quietly. And that's why you look at the cowardice of the 15 or so Republicans in the Senate who are still quiet. And I'm not talking about Bob Corker and Jeff Flake and who's the other one that went out the back door.
Yeah.
You know, that's not courage. That's not courage. That's making sure you've got a job somewhere after politics. Courage is standing up and being a true patriot like we used to have way back in 1776 and all of that. We need some. Who are the heroes going to be? Is it going to be the Daniel Ellsberg Pentagon Papers guy? Who's that going to? Who's the guy at the Justice Department that's going to go,